My name is Tim. I'm from Australia. And when you were in office, you mentioned a few times that you really tried hard to be home for family dinners and for moments with your children. And it's a question that often gets thrown at women and at mums.
Right.
But I want to put it to you. It's something we've been discussing a fair bit in our community groups. How you manage to balance being arguably one of the 10 most powerful people in the world and raising a family. How you balanced the idea that you wanted to change the world, like a lot of us here, as well as just enjoy time with people you loved?
Well, look, it's a great question. I think we all have to deal with it. I don't think there's a perfect formula. I think it starts, though, with recognizing that on your deathbed, or let's just say for me, on my deathbed, I am confident that I will not remember any bill I passed. I will not remember any speech I gave, any big crowds. I won't be thinking about the inauguration. I will be thinking about holding hands with my daughters and taking them to a park, or seeing them laugh while they're playing in the water, or, right? Like, that is going to be the thing that lasts. That's going to be the thing that sticks. That's going to be the thing that will give my life meaning, is the unbounded love I feel for them. And conversely, I don't care how successful you are, if your children or the people you love are in pain and are suffering and are having problems, that will overcome you. I remember when Sasha was 3 months old. Middle of the night, she started crying. Michelle and I, we were fortunate to have good health care, so we could call a pediatrician. This doesn't sound like the usual crying. He asked us to check the top of her head. It turned out she had meningitis. We rushed her to the hospital because if it's not treated quickly, you can have permanent disabilities. She had to get a spinal tap, needle in her spine. She's 3 months old. I have no idea what was happening during that period of time other than that. Right? Your world narrows to that. That's all you care about. I don't care about climate change. I don't care about poverty. I want this baby to feel better. Right? So if you know, if you understand that, if you have that sense, then you have to, ahead of time, kind of organize your life to think about, how do I make sure that these people who I love so much are taken care of? And that doesn't mean that you're going to be perfect. And it doesn't mean that there aren't going to be sacrifices, but it does mean that you have some sense of prioritization. So with me, I'll be honest with you, the reason that I was able to run for president was because I hadn't married somebody who was just cute but stupid. I had this incredibly strong partner. As much as I was going to miss them during the 2 years I was running for president, I had confidence that they were going to be okay, partly because they were in a community, right? My mother-in-law, and Michelle had all these friends and neighbors and people who could support and make sure that those kids were going to be fine during those periods of time that I was gone. Now, I felt an enormous loss, but I knew that there wasn't going to be a permanent impact on them, partly because they were so young. One of the reasons we decided I'd run for president that early was, frankly, because we thought it'd be easier for them to make an adjustment at that age than if, they'd been teenagers and then your dad's really embarrassing you, being on TV all the time, saying stupid things. So I think that's part of it. Part of it is recognizing that it goes back to what I was saying earlier with Maya. There will be phases in your life where you have to prioritize different things. There are times where it will be okay for you to just throw yourself into work because everything's in a pretty good place. There are going to be times where you have to maybe make some sacrifices on the work side because things aren't all okay at home.